Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. If you're interested in making $654 in about 1 hour's worth of work utilizing this quick step method, please stay tuned and I can show you how you can do this too. Please note that I am not an attorney and this information is not indicated as legal advice. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. Thank you. And so, again, this is a quick step method that I just started doing because I work larger claims too, but the paper in the mail and the mailing situation has been running extremely slow. So I started doing this quick step method just to see if it really could be done, and it does work. Most of the deals that I have gotten have been in the Eastern District of Virginia. I'm not sure why. The people there seem to be a little bit more responsive. I guess that's what I'm finding. I did, however, get a deal in a different district that I haven't worked yet, is this Kentucky district here. And so the first time that I did this, I got $117. The second time was 187. The third time was 100. And then here's this one with 106. And then this one today at 144. So altogether about $654. Now, I don't know who makes that amount of money an hour. Maybe a good lawyer in court, with their court fees, possibly, or maybe a good doctor. But again, and this is with me doing the bare minimum. So if you outsource your call list to someone else and do the skip tracing for you so that you're able to work with a larger amount of calls per time, per day, then you could increase your likelihood of making a lot more money. This is with me doing the bare minimum. I called these individuals. I utilize maybe a group of 10. Each time that I do this, I don't call more than 10 people. I do this particular quick step method because I want it to be quick. It's sort of a drive-through approach to unclaimed funds. Um, I search truepeoplesearch.com. I just call the initial numbers that are there. I don't send initial emails out. I don't call family members and I don't do the social media search. I'm simply doing everything the opposite of the larger process or the longer process, right? This is a quick way, so you're cutting out all those other steps. So, in return, because the client is doing all the mailing, um, you are essentially just preparing the documents. Then that's why you're asking for just a 10% fee up front, right? So I called this individual, Scott. He was actually at home. He works from home. He had 3 kids. So he was interested in this process, but he's like, I don't have time to kind of figure this out. Can you just do it for me? And I will be willing to pay you the 10% upfront because I don't know what I'm doing. So I said, sure thing. So that one was pretty simple. This individual, I actually called on the same day. However, it was later on in the evening, and he actually paid the invoice that I sent him today. So I was able to submit him his paperwork. And this one is in Kentucky, and this is the amount of money that he's getting back, right? So similar process. This guy knew that he had money coming back, but he didn't know how to do it. And so he was actually excited because he knew he had it there, but he just never got around to handling it. And again, he was willing to do it because again, there is a lack of knowledge. So use that to your advantage. And so here is the email that I sent to the first client that I mentioned. I called him, and then basically there was a separate or email after that with a little bit more information. And you can either send an invoice or you can just put that language in an email of how you want to get paid and what other documents you need from the client. And basically, I just needed an address. So once I got that, I got the payment and the address. I just said it's been received and I'll send you the documents in about 30 minutes. Now I was at home, and again, I've mentioned this before, like many other people, we wear so many hats, we do so many things. I work from home, I work on larger deals too. I am a freelancer, I'm a mom, I homeschool my son, I cook, I clean. We do so many things. And so once I was able to get to his paperwork, and it did not take me 30 minutes to do it, I submitted it to him and I gave him the instructions. And this is something that I show you in my course. I give you the instructions, I give you the templates. Now, if you are new to legal work, if you're new to these types of forms, it may take you longer than 15 minutes in the beginning. Once you get the hang of removing one person's name off and putting someone else's name in, taking that case off, and putting that case number in, once you get the hang of the formula, you will be able to create these very quickly and it will not take you that long to do. Now, there is an additional follow-up process that you can offer in your service or not. You can continue to follow up on the court docket to make sure that they get their funds. So to make sure that the order was entered, or you can simply give that task to your client and say, hey, I'm just preparing the paperwork and you can just keep going with this. And whenever you get your funds, just do a review for me. That's totally up to you. I offer that service to check up because it's easier for me to just do that because I'm familiar with it. But someone else just getting started, maybe you want to have your client do that. It's totally up to you how you want to run your business. So here's an additional email, the second individual that I worked on, and this happened today around lunchtime. All these happened around lunchtime, actually. And I sent him the follow-up email. This is, again, a template that I create. It's slightly different depending on the district because the requirements are different. And then these are just the receipts from PayPal. You can utilize PayPal. It's already built-in system. They create the invoice for you, and it's easy to just submit it. Most people probably do have a PayPal account. Obviously, you can do Cash App. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can create a regular invoice. There's so many templates. I do provide a simple template for you, or you can just do it this way. And so the benefits, again, of doing this, whether you do this the longer process, which includes all of the third-party documents, or not, little money is needed to start this business. At some point, you may want to have a website or maybe a Facebook page or something that has, your information on it. But you may not need to do that right away. There's always a workaround to reviewing the court docket. You can actually call the clerk's office and utilize them more. I don't like to use them and call them because I don't like to be put on hold. If they're on lunch for like 2 hours and they never answer their phone. I don't like to do that. I would rather just go straight to the source on Pacer, but that's just the way that I like to operate. Everyone likes to do things differently. And again, you can do this from home, right? If you were doing the longer process, you may have to go to the mailbox if you have like a FedEx account or something like that. But even if you had stamps.com, you can still put your own mail in your mailbox and have the mail carrier pick it up for you. So you can still do this from home. You can supplement your income and you can do a really decent job at doing that. Again, if you wanted to outsource your calls and your skip tracing and have someone make these lists for you, you can certainly do that. And again, this is with me doing the bare minimum. $654 is basically half of what my check was when I worked at a credit union, right? The check that I brought home every 2 weeks is basically half of that. So, and I did not do that much work. Again, each time it took me about 15 minutes to do. So I'm just reiterating that. And again, you're making money fast because you're cutting out all of the paperwork that is needed for the third party, right? And so the program pays for itself very quickly. And this hour that I worked to collect this money, I already paid for the course that was $500 that I created. And I paid for the course twice for the quick step method that I just created. So it pays for itself very quickly. If you're someone who likes to be motivated and takes the initiative to do this, you can certainly make a lot more than me by doing this. And again, if you are doing another job, whether it be unclaimed funds or not, whether you are waiting for other deals to come in or not, you can still do this from home and make money doing that. So I'm going to be posting links in the description box for all the videos that I mentioned before surrounding this topic. And if you're interested again in my course, the links are in the description box below. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.